The Last Conquest, Rome's Dacia, and the birth of a language. In the early 2nd century AD, at the zenith of its power, the Roman Empire was driven by an unquenchable thirst for expansion. Its gaze turned north, beyond the mighty Danube River, to a land of rich forests, rugged mountains, and a fierce independent people, Dacia. This was not to be an easy conquest, but a brutal, protracted war that would define the legacy of one of Rome's greatest emperors, and, in the process, lay the foundation for a nation and a unique language. The Romans had long had a contentious relationship with the Dacians. Under their charismatic and brilliant king, Decebalus, the Dacian kingdom had become a formidable force, even a threat to the Roman province of Moesia. In 101 AD, Emperor Trajan decided to settle the matter once and for all. He led a massive army of over 150,000 men across the newly built Trajan S Bridge, a masterpiece of Roman engineering, and launched the first of 2 Dacian wars. The conquest was anything but easy. This was not a swift campaign against a disorganized enemy. The Dacians, renowned for their martial prowess, were expert fighters on their home terrain. The wars were long and bloody, culminating in the siege of the Dacian capital, Sarmizegetusa, Regia. In 106 AD, after a second brutal campaign, Decebalus, rather than be captured and paraded in Rome, chose to commit suicide. His defeat marked the end of the Dacian state and the beginning of a new Roman province, Dacia Traiana. With the conquest complete, Rome set about transforming Dacia. The province was an economic powerhouse, rich in gold, silver, and other resources that filled Rome's coffers. To exploit these riches and secure the frontier, the Romans encouraged a massive influx of colonists from all over the empire, from Italy, the Balkans, and even the Middle East. They built roads, founded new cities like Ulpia Traiana Sarmizegetusa, and established a Roman way of life. For over 165 years, Dacia was an integral part of the Roman Empire, a melting pot of cultures. This prolonged presence had an extraordinary effect on the local population. The vulgar Latin spoken by the colonists, soldiers, and administrators became the dominant language, slowly but surely displacing the Dacian tongue. This was not a case of a conquered people being forced to abandon their language. Rather, it was a natural process of cultural assimilation and the adoption of the lingua franca of the empire for commerce, law, and social advancement. Here lies one of the most remarkable legacies of the Roman Empire. Unlike in many other provinces where Roman influence faded after the withdrawal, the Latin spoken in Dacia didn't die out. Surrounded by Slavic and other non-Latin speaking peoples, this Balkan Latin evolved in relative isolation. While other Romance languages like French or Spanish developed from Western Latin, Romanian emerged from an Eastern dialect, retaining archaic features while absorbing influences from its Slavic neighbors. Words like frumos, beautiful, from the Latin formosus, and apa, water, from aqua, are direct linguistic ties to its Roman past. By the late 3rd century AD, the Roman Empire was in crisis. Constant invasions from barbarian tribes, a crumbling economy, and political instability made it impossible to defend distant provinces. Between 271 and 275 AD, under Emperor Aurelian, the Roman administration and army formally withdrew from Dacia, relocating south of the Danube. The province was no longer deemed defensible. The Roman occupation of Dacia lasted less than 200 years, a relatively short period in the grand scheme of Roman history. Yet it was long enough to leave an indelible mark. When the legions departed, they left behind not just ruins and artifacts, but a Latin-speaking population that, over the centuries, forged its own identity. Today, Romania stands as a linguistic island in Eastern Europe, a testament to its improbable Roman origin. A Romance nation, born from the dust of Trajan's conquest, forever defined by the echo of a forgotten empire.